All right, today we're going to pull back the curtain on something that affects literally every single time you talk to an AI. We are talking about tokens, what I like to call the hidden currency of AI.
This right here, this says it all, doesn't it? This isn't just some techie behind-the-scenes detail. Nope. This is about your wallet. Whether you're a developer or just someone trying to get an answer, tokens are how everything is measured. Understanding them is your first step to really mastering this stuff.
So let's get right into the heart of it. If tokens are a currency, we've got to understand what they are and how they work. Think of it like this. You wouldn't travel to another country without understanding the exchange rate, right? Same deal here. So the big question, what on earth is a token? Is it a word? Is it a character? The answer is, well, it's a little more interesting than that. And it's the key to everything else we're going to talk about. Okay, so here's the deal. A token is the smallest piece of language an AI can actually digest. It's not always a full word. The model is smart. It breaks our sentences down into these little manageable chunks, sometimes full words, but often just pieces of words or even just punctuation. This slide is a perfect example. We see the word tokenization as just one word, right? But for the model, it might see two tokens. Token, and then that super common ending, ization. This is how the AI gets so good. It's not memorizing a dictionary. It's learning the building blocks of language. And to make this really practical for you, here is a fantastic rule of thumb for English. One word is roughly, on average, 1.5 tokens. So that 100-word paragraph you're about to paste in, that's not 100 tokens, it's closer to 150. It's a simple little piece of math, but it's so powerful for estimating what you're actually using. Now that we've got a handle on what tokens are, let's plug that into the next critical piece of the puzzle, the context window. Honestly, the easiest way to think about this is just as the AI's short-term memory.
And here's the thing about that memory, it's not infinite. Every single AI model has a hard limit, a cap on how many tokens it can pay attention to at one time. And that includes everything, not just what you send it, but also what it sends back to you. It's a finite resource in every conversation.
This slide shows you exactly how that works. It's a shared space. The tokens in your prompt and the tokens in the AI's response all have to squeeze into that same limited window. So you can see the problem, right? If you send a super long prompt, you're leaving very little room for the AI to give you a detailed answer. And this visual just makes it crystal clear. Think of that whole bar as the context window. It's a container. Every token you use in your input fills it up from one side, and every token the AI generates for its answer fills it up from the other. Once that bar is full, that's it. The conversation runs out of memory, and you start getting errors or the AI just forgets what you were talking about. Okay, so this brings us to the really strategic part. Because tokens control both your cost and the AI's memory, how you manage them is this constant trade-off between how much you spend and the quality of the answer you're going to get back. And this table here lays out your options perfectly. You could just do a raw paste of a huge document. Yeah, it's easy, but it's high cost. And honestly, the quality can be a bit of a crapshoot. You could summarize it first. That's way cheaper on tokens, but you might lose some important details in the process. Or you can use this technique called retrieval. It's the pro move. The system intelligently finds and feeds in only the most relevant parts of a document. It hits that perfect balance, a medium cost, but for really high quality. All right, so let's wrap all of this up into a simple toolkit you can start using right now to be a much more efficient, much more effective AI user. Here are 3 simple steps. First, budget your output. Tell the model how long its response should be. Don't just let it ramble. Second, cut out the fluff. If you have a long document, be ruthless. Truncate those sections that just don't matter for your question. And third, like we just talked about, whenever you can, use those smarter retrieval methods instead of just copy-pasting everything. So how do you really take control? It all comes down to balance. First, just burn this into your brain. More tokens equals more cost. Simple as that. So shorter, smarter inputs save you money. Compressing your context helps you avoid those weird errors and forgotten facts. But, and this is the crucial part, you have to preserve the important context to get a high-quality answer. It's all about managing that trade-off. And by understanding this, tokens, context windows, these simple strategies, you're no longer just a passenger along for the ride. You actually have the knowledge to control your costs and the quality of your results. You are in the driver's seat now.
And that, really, is the question, isn't it? Armed with this knowledge, knowing how the hidden currency of AI actually works, the potential for what you can create, what you can solve, is bigger than ever. So go on, build something amazing.